What if I told you China just fired a shot straight at Ferrari, McLaren, and Lambo, and had the nerve to do it with a car that can hop, jump, sprint, and drive on 3 wheels? I'm talking about a futuristic all-electric hypercar built by a luxury brand you probably haven't heard of yet. It's called the BYD YangWang U9. It's already made history at home. It's priced at a fraction of a Ferrari and 0 to 100 in under 3 seconds. You bet. But the question is, does it really belong on the same pedestal as the legends? Let's find out. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready because this one's built a little different. Pop the hood and you'll find a quad motor setup. Each motor cranks out 240 kilowatts for an impressive total of 960 kilowatts. That's 1,287 horsepower and 1.68 Newton-meter of torque. That's more horsepower than the Ferrari SF90, Lamborghini Roberto, or even the Bugatti Veyron. On the stopwatch, the YangWang U9 sprints from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in a ridiculous 2.36 seconds. And the quarter mile, it rips through it in only 9.78 seconds. That puts it dangerously close to EV royalty like the Remix Nevera and the Pininfarina Battista, and those cost millions. Top speed, 309 kilometers per hour, officially. But unofficially, it went further, way further, hitting 391.94 kilometers per hour during track testing. What makes the U9 an absolute game changer, though, is the brains behind the bronze. BYD's E4 platform and the DiSus-X intelligent body control system. The E4 platform gives each of the 4 motors a mind of its own. That means super sharp torque vectoring, crazy cornering control, and next-level grip. But the DiSus-X system is where it all goes off the rails. In the best way. This system can adjust the suspension 500 millimeters per second, generating a literal ton of lifting force. This thing can literally jump over potholes, drive on 3 wheels, and no joke, even dance. BYD dropped a video of the YangWang U9 bouncing to music. Give it a voice, and it's straight up Lightning McQueen on electric power. Some Chinese owners couldn't resist flexing the electrical cha-cha in public, but the police weren't exactly impressed. Turns out making your hypercar do a little jiggle-wiggle in traffic comes with a fine. Now the U9 is not just reacting, it's also predicting. It uses cameras and LiDAR to scan the road ahead and then preps the suspension in advance. So instead of feeling bumps and dips, you glide right over them. The U9's 80 kilowatts per hour LFP blade battery delivers a range of 450 kilometers. Not bad for something this size, right? But here's where it gets spicy. It's got 800-volt ultra-fast charging. You're going from 30 to 80% in just 10 minutes. 2 charging ports, so you can plug in 2 guns at once for maximum speed. And 500 kilowatt peak charging power, which is seriously fast. Even the cooling systems had a glow up. After rigorous track testing, BYD doubled the thermal capacity. The result? The U9 stays cool even when you're pushing it to the edge of its limits. If you're wondering about stopping power, BYD gave the U9 proprietary carbon ceramic brakes. They're 70% lighter than your average cast iron ones and stable even at 1,400 centigrade without fading. Now, for the million-dollar question, where can you get one? So far, the U9 is a China-exclusive hypercar, but BYD is already eyeing the global stage, though probably under a different name, since YangWang could make English speakers raise an eyebrow. Either way, it doesn't matter what you call it, just don't call it boring. Because the BYD YangWang U9 is anything but boring. When it pulls up, you'd think it escaped from the Cyberpunk 2077 cutscene. Built on BYD's Time Gate design language, the U9 is all tension, drama, and purpose. That low-slung wide body stance, at 5.96 meters long and 2.02 meters wide, it actually dwarfs the Ferrari SF90 Stradale. But wait until you see it at night. Those sharp C-shaped LED light strips up front, they're a freaking light show. Below them, a carbon fiber front splitter that slices the air and speeds it under the car. Marry that with the functional rear diffuser, and you've got a vacuum effect that sticks this thing to the road like gum under a shoe. At the back, a full LED light bar with radio patterns mirrors the front design that gives you that signature U9 glow at night. And check this, an active rear wing with 4 electronic settings. Max downforce, minimum drag, you decide. It'll generate up to 200 kilograms of downforce when needed, and yes, it comes standard. The sides, sculpted, clean, and sharp. Sitting on 21-inch wheels wrapped in Pirelli P0s, it looks fast and sporty even at a standstill. There's also an optimal carbon fiber rear spoiler for added aero and style. Despite being a 1,300 horsepower hypercar, the U9 actually has a usable storage boot. That rear hatch hides a luggage compartment. No official volume yet, but it looks surprisingly roomy for a hypercar. We already know the U9 is fast, but it's also smart about it. There are 12 active and passive aerodynamic elements baked into the U9's body. Collectively, they help it to manage airflow like a pro, boosting both grip and cooling. So, in what fashion are you supposed to climb into something looking like this? Well, with a pair of upward swinging doors, obviously. Some call them scissor, others say butterfly. Technically, they open with a slight outward tilt, so closer to butterfly than true scissor doors. Whatever the label, they set the stage for what's waiting inside. The whole cabin is basically built with carbon fiber. Not just fancy trim, we're talking structural stuff. The U9 features the super carbon fiber cabin and BYD's next generation CTB tech. And it gets better. It rocks the largest monocue carbon cabin ever put in a production car. So what does all this mean? Torsional stiffness, and a ton of it. More stiffness means tighter handling, sharper response, and a car that's glued to the ground. In other words, the U9 barely flinches under pressure. The cockpit is split down the middle by this big, chunky bridge that connects the dash to the center tunnel. But here's where it gets interesting. No giant dash-wide screens. Instead, you get 3 screens, one in front of you, one in front of the passenger, and a funky-shaped vertical screen in the center console. The bucket seats, 14-way adjustable, cushy, sculpted, and race-ready. BYD could have gone with the regular infotainment system, but they didn't. In its place, you get a D-Link 150, an intelligent racing assistant, giving you real-time racing data and even info for over 30 racetracks across China. Sound-wise, you've got the Donadio Evidence series, a 12-speaker system that doesn't just play music, it can pump realistic engine sounds into the cabin. There are also plenty of other creature comforts in the U9. There's wireless charging, 127 color ambient lighting, adaptive cruise, automatic parking, and even remote parking. The YangWang U9 isn't just BYD's second act after the U8 SUV. It's a technological flex that proves China can compete with the best. It's already a massive hit at home, but do you think the U9 has what it takes to impress international buyers too? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit the bell, and subscribe for more mind-blowing cars. And until then, keep rolling.